Welcome to the video today, everybody. Today is my birthday, so make sure to stay to the end of the video because I'm going to give a special dedication to something that happened in my life in 2024. Today we're going to make some pretty fall decor and we're going to upcycle some pieces. So if you're still in the summer vibe, not really in the home fall decor yet, I think I've got you covered. So y'all, let's create some beautiful decor for our homes. On one of my thrifting trips, I found this round wood box. It reminds me of a cheese box. This was only 99 cents, y'all, and I think I got it on half off day, so it would have been 50 cents. I just applied a beautiful transfer that I had. This one is a little bit more summertime, so if you're still decorating and have summertime decor out, that's great. Because I know a lot of people are not ready for fall or fall decor yet, and I totally understand that. So I just want you to take this idea. You can put any kind of transfer theme on this box, Christmas, fall, whatever season or whatever kind of supplies you have on hand. This is what I had on hand, but I do want to bring along these beautiful ribbons, and I'm going to leave a link to the website where I got these. These make beautiful home decor. I cannot stand to take them out of the package and use them for ribbons, so I'm going to order some extra ones, but I just want to show you how beautiful these colors are and how you can decorate with something so inexpensive, something so unique, and make your home beautiful and just add another level of character to it. These ribbons come in assorted colors, and they also come in some beautiful colors that will work great for the fall season. Before we jump into the pumpkin mode, I'm just going to show you some DIY projects that I have worked on and show you some ideas of different colors that you can put in your home around the fall season. I got this mirror at a yard sale for $3, and look at the beautiful ornate detail on it. I'm just going to go over it with a couple layers of white spray paint, let it dry really good, and then I'm going to bring it back inside, and I'm going to show you how we can create something really pretty. One of the colors that I'm going to put in my home for the fall season this year is this beautiful blue. Now, I love this muted blue, and I'm going to do a fall home tour for y'all, so be looking for that video. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and make sure to hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload new videos. I know that is so important to hit that little bell. So I just cut this beautiful decoupage paper out. This is a beautiful design, but it's got some beautiful colors in it that I'm incorporating in my home for the fall season. So I'm just going to apply this beautiful graphic onto this mirror that I painted white, and I'm just going to use DIY liquid patina, but you could always use Mod Podge. I always roll over my graphics with a brayer just to work out any excess of that decoupage medium and any air bubbles or wrinkles. And I'm going to seal the top with another layer of the liquid patina. Now we got a beautiful piece that incorporates all those colors that I'm going to put in my home for the fall season. Now here's another great project piece that I found at Goodwill, and this was also 99 cents. These make great pieces for us to upcycle and have fun with and make some beautiful decor that we can put in our home and save a lot of money. So this has, of course, some writing on it, so I'm going to do away with that because I want to put this graphic on it because it has those beautiful colors that I'm going with this fall. Leave me a comment below what your favorite colors are to incorporate in your home and decorate for the fall season. Now this had all the colors already on it. It was like it was made for this piece of decoupage paper. So I just sanded off that lettering, and as you can see, it come off really well. A lot of this will be covered with the graphic, so that is good. But I left everything original on this piece of pallet wood, and like I say, all I did was took some sandpaper and I removed the lettering. So I'm just going to apply this using DIY liquid patina, and then I'll roll over it with my brayer to ensure that it adheres to the wood really well. And a lot of times too, if you add heat to your decoupage paper, that will also make it agree up to your surface a lot better. Now, another way that we can incorporate your colors that you're going with for the season is to use thrifted items, and a lot of times thrifted clothing. You can pick out the colors that you want just by going through the linens or the clothing section. I found this beautiful top. I think I got this at a yard sale for $1, and it's kind of worn out and seen better days, but I thought it would work great to, make some pumpkins for the fall. So I love this blue color. Like I say, this is one of the colors that you will see in my fall home tour. So I'm just going to take some pumpkins that I always have on hand. They're just blank pumpkins. A lot of times you can find these every year at Dollar Tree. Now you just hollow out the top. Make sure you've got a good space to where you can tuck the fabric down in it, and then just wrap your fabric around it, tuck it down, and then I'm going to show you every year on your real pumpkins, once your pumpkins are done for the season, remove the stems, let them set out and dry, and also okra stems dried make really great, unique pumpkin stems. So I'm just going to take some pumpkin stems that I saved from last year, and now they're dried, and now they are going to embellish the pumpkins that I make this year. So I'm just going to show you some ideas of how you can make your own pumpkins very inexpensive and incorporate the colors, that you want to go with. So like I say, and it's always fun to be at the thrift store or yard sales and look for specific colors of fabrics that you can use. Now I'm just going to use some of that lace that was on that top, and I'm going to make some embellishments for the tops of my pumpkins. I'm just going to gather up a few pieces that I cut off. I'm just going to gather those up and tie them around at the bottom with a piece of ribbon just to make it look like some really pretty pumpkin leaves. Now this is the fun part of how you can embellish your pumpkins. You just take whatever supplies you have. If you've got vintage jewelry or pearls, just get creative with your pumpkins and decorate them however you want. So I'm just going to make my little lace leaves, attach those to the top. And I did make a little smaller pumpkin. So every year I always get out my fall decor that is stored in plastic bins, and I just go through it, and I always have blank pumpkins, and they're always fun to upcycle and make them new for the new fall season. Now I'm going to take this pumpkin piece. This is made out of wood. It looks like somebody handmade it and already, had it as a DIY project. They already painted it, so I'm going to leave it just like it is. It's just a 2x4 that's cut down, and they put a dowel on it for the stem. I just added a fall transfer to it to embellish the front. I'm going to tie a little bit of raffia around the top, and this project will be done. And I think this is such a beautiful piece now that I can set out in my fall decor, and it's so unique and has so much character. A lot of times when the seasons change, I just take pieces that I've already upcycled, and I'll just change out whatever is in, especially frames. I'll just change out the graphic in the frames, and it's such an easy and affordable way to upcycle, pieces that you already have, and you don't have to go out and buy more. Because that's the thing these days, y'all. We only have limited storage space, most of us, so you kind of want to just keep changing out items that you already have, so you don't have to buy more and have more things to store at the end of the season. So a lot of times my frames are the things that I love to work on the most. So I had a rabbit on this one, and then for spring I had a bird's nest Monahan paper on it. So I just flipped it over, and not to damage the rabbit, so I can always pull this off when spring comes along and have my rabbit again. I just took some school glue and I just applied this Monahan paper that had this fall owl on it. I just go around with my razor blade and I just remove any of the excess paper and cut that away from all the edges. And then I'll just place this back in the frame. And this was such an easy upcycle to do, and I used something that I already had on hand. Monahan papers are a great way to upcycle your frames, and I'll make sure to leave the website down below of where I get all mine. But she has a beautiful selection, and they're so fun to work on in your projects. Now I'm going to take this thrifted frame. This was $3.99 and it's got some wood slats in it. I'm going to leave the frame just like it is. I love the colors and I love the distressing. I'm going to paint the center of this with some black chalk paint, and I'm using Dixie Belle's color Caviar. I gave it a couple of layers and let it dry really well. Then I went out to Etsy and I purchased these beautiful white pumpkin graphics. Etsy is a great place that you can find some affordable printable downloads. I went around each of my graphics and I cut as close to the pumpkins as I possibly could. I want to cut away everything except the pumpkins. I kept the stems, but just let your scissors kind of do the cutting for you. Just kind of move the paper. I always like to give credit for my inspiration, and the Paper House Print Shop had this beautiful graphic on their website, and I actually ordered it, and I'm going to have this styled in my home as wall art in my fall home tour, so stay tuned for that. But until then, I wanted to try to create something similar with some things that I had left over from the fall season last year, along with these beautiful Etsy downloads. Now, these Etsy downloads, you will also see these as I'm going to style these in a different way also, and that's the great thing about Etsy downloads. They're sent to your email, and you can download them and print them as many times as you want to and use them for different things. So you definitely get your money's worth. So you will, like I say, see those styled a different way in my fall home tour, but these are absolutely beautiful graphics. But like I said, I just went around, cut around all the excess paper, cut my paper pumpkins out, and then I just placed everything on the frame how I wanted, kind of got an idea of how I wanted to place the things. Some of the transfers will need to go down first because the paper pumpkins are going to go on top of those. So I just tried to judge how I wanted them to lay. And I love all of these colors together. And some of these transfers I had left over from last year, I feel like the colors really marry really well together. Now I'm just trying to place my pumpkins and get everything centered up. And I'm using painter's tape as I go along just to kind of hold everything down so it doesn't shift around. And I think there was 3 transfers that went on the bottom. So I just went in, applied all those first, and then I'm going to use some decoupage medium to apply the paper pumpkins. But you could also use school glue, you could use some spray adhesive, really whatever you had on hand. Once I got all my transfers down that I needed on the bottom, now I'm going to apply the paper pumpkins. Now I'm using DIY liquid patina, but you could also use Mod Podge. Now I'm trying not to get any of the decoupage medium on my black background, but if you do, you can always go back over it when you're done with some black chalk paint, and it's an easy fix. You could seal the whole thing using your liquid patina or your decoupage medium if you wanted to, but to me, I just want to kind of leave mine natural, and I don't want to put a sealant on top of mine. So I'm just going around the pumpkins, and I'm just kind of working them. I'm working out all the little bubbles and the wrinkles, getting them applied, and making sure I've got plenty of that decoupage medium up under the stems, and just so they all lay really well and they're all secured down. but the stems especially, make sure you get enough decoupage medium on them. And if you do get some decoupage medium on your black background, you can always go around with a baby wipe and wipe it off. I didn't, so mine dried on there, but I did go around with some black chalk paint and I did paint over that, and it was an easy fix. Now I'm going to just go in now, fill in some of the areas that I feel like could use a little bit more color, and just add a little bit more of these transfers that I have. I've had them left over from last year, so I may as well use them. I think the colors really go well together, so I'm going to add just little bits and pieces here and there, and that's the fun of this. Just keep creating it as you go and adding things, and then when you get done, I think you will be so happy with the result, and you'll have a beautiful piece of wall decor that you created, and especially using some things that you already had on hand. Now another decor piece that I felt like would be beautiful for the fall season, or any season, you know, for that matter, is this beautiful lantern. Now I picked it up at Goodwill for $3.99. I love the patina on it. I love the color of it. I did decide to take the front glass out, and I'm also going to remove those clips. I took the glass out, the clips just lifted up, and once I got the glass out, because I like having the open front, and I can always keep the glass, and I can always hot glue it back on the front if I want to. I did have to remove the clips because you could see those once I bent them back down through the front. But I thought it would just be easier to decorate and display without that glass, because now you can put some beautiful greenery in it. You can put some candles in it. You know, there's so many ways you can decorate a piece like this for all the seasons. Like I mentioned at the first of the video, today is my birthday, y'all. I was born on August the 11th. If I never got another wrapped gift in my life, on January 23rd, the first of this year, I was blessed with the best gift I could ever ask for my birthday. So I'm going to end the video out here. I'm going to let y'all just recap some of the wonderful experiences that we have spent with our little 6-month-old granddaughter that was born the first of this year. So what a beautiful birthday gift that any grandmother could ask for.
Hey.
See the video on the screen, brother?